In this video today, I'm gonna be helping you guys learn how to crave healthy. The reason these snacks actually work is because I've done 3 things. Number 1, I reset my gut. Number 2, I reprogrammed my brain. And number 3, my taste buds were recalibrated because of all of this. Hey you guys, Erin here at EatMoveRest, and over the past couple of weeks, we have taken a deep dive into biological age after I revealed that I am 39 years old, going on 40 at the end of this year, and my biological age results came back as 22 after I had over 100 biomarkers checked. And my blood work wasn't even perfect. And I will also say I am definitely not living a perfect stress-free lifestyle as a busy mompreneur with 3 crazy little kiddos running around me. Let's jump into snacks, because last week I touched on what I eat in a day to have achieved these results. And it's without eating a perfect diet, but something that's simple and sustainable. So I shared a breakfast, lunch, and dinner format that I typically follow almost every day. But I did not share one critical component, and that is snacks. So many of you asked for a snacks follow-up video to show you what I'm filling in the gaps with in between my other 3 main meals of the day, because yes, I am a very snacky girl. I like to graze throughout the day, and I'm able to do it without sabotaging myself. I'm able to do it without counting calories, without depriving, without restricting. I feel so free, so good. Snacks actually used to be the area where I struggled most, and now they're the easiest part to eating for longevity, and you can actually dial back your biological age by eating this way with these breakfast, lunches, and dinners and healthy snacks. So just remember, this is how snacks stop being a problem and start being nourishment. It's about lowering inflammation, supporting your cells, and giving your body what it actually truly wants and needs. That is where Complement comes in. They are our longtime partner and sponsor and have made this video and a lot of this channel possible by fueling and nourishing us, and we're such huge fans that we cannot help but shout it from the rooftops how amazing Complement is. So the Complement Essential contains 8 critical nutrients that you want to make sure you're staying on top of. Nothing else, no overkill, especially when you are eating this many healthy snacks and plant-powered meals throughout the day. There's no reason to be paying essentially for neon green pea. You're paying a premium for vitamins that go straight through you and make your kidneys work extra hard. Complement does not do that because, like I said, there's only 8 critical nutrients that you really truly don't want to be skimping on. Vitamins and minerals like B12 and D3, selenium, iodine, magnesium, not a supplement. It's a complement to your already robust diet. If you guys want to check out the Complement Essential or one of my other favorites of theirs, the omega-3 blend, I love it, especially while I'm breastfeeding. I take a little bit extra. It helps with my mood support. It is such a game-changing complement. See what I did there? So please go check them out. We've got a special discount code just for our EatMoveRest fam, linked below in the description. Let's get on with our snacks. If you guys like videos like this, give it a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button and join the EatMoveRest fam. And I also have to mention, stay tuned, because we are going to continue this biological age series next week. We're gonna show you a grocery haul, but not just our typical family grocery haul. We're actually gonna help another family do their grocery haul. A subscriber actually reached out to me on my Instagram DMs and put this really cool idea in my mind. So if you guys wanna see that video, comment below and let me know if you wanna see how we help another family kickstart their plant-based journey. Quick caveat. So the reason these snacks work for our family and for me specifically, and I love them so much, is because I have done 3 things. First, number 1, I reset my gut. Number 2, I reprogrammed my brain. And number 3, my taste buds were recalibrated because of all of this. A lot of us think that we just have to white knuckle it and that it all comes down to willpower, but that is not the case at all. Our gut microbiome dictates our cravings, and it is so difficult to combat cravings when we don't have a healthy gut microbiota. There is actually more living gut bacteria in our microbiome than there are cells in our entire human body. So when those guys scream and yell and crave for something that you're trying to cut out, it's sending signals to your brain that are almost impossible to override. So the first thing that I did was eliminated refined sugar from my diet. And because it was such a critical piece, I actually created a 14-day sugar detox program within the EatMoveRest Club. So if you're not familiar, please check it out below in the description. It's one of the core pieces to our membership. Whenever somebody enters into this lifestyle, the first thing we say is, let's reset your gut, let's reprogram your brain, and let's recalibrate your taste buds. All of that being said, let's dive into my top 10 snacks that I keep on hand for myself, my family, the hubby. We are almost always on the go, so I like to have some of these things prepped and other ones take almost no prep time at all. Snack number one is my all-time must-have staple. It's not fruit, it's not vegetables, it's actually made from scratch muffins. So if you've been here for a while, then you know I've shared these before, but there are many variations out there. I'm gonna show you the core recipe, and then you can spice it up by making them chocolate or adding in blueberries or strawberries, but this is my base recipe, which is the one I default to the most. Sprouted organic, glyphosate-free rolled oats are ingredient number one. I get these at Costco in bulk. Pitted Medjool Dates, the other base. I buy them in bulk online as well. Baking soda and baking powder. Then we've got our chia and flax that I buy in bulk from either Amazon or Costco. Great for omega-3s. Secret ingredient, apple cider vinegar, just a teaspoon will make them extra fluffy. Add that in at the very end before you pop them in the oven. Pinch of salt, good amount of cinnamon, vanilla protein powder. Oh, and then there's one more thing since I'm breastfeeding. This is also great for lactation. I add in 2 tablespoons of brewer's yeast, super high in protein, iron, really high. It's got 75% iron, or 13.5 milligrams in 2 tablespoons. So, and then 2 ripe speckled bananas. And that is it. These are my favorite snack, the kids' favorite snack that we keep on hand almost every day of the week. Either the muffins in some variation with a different fruit, or this plain vanilla bean recipe, or I use the same ingredients to make brownies, and they're guilt-free. If you guys want the exact muffin recipe, it is in the EatMoveRest Club app as well as our cookbook. So I'll let you guys have at it. So what I'll do is I'll add my rolled oats as well as my chia and flax to my Vitamix blender. Flax and oats get blended, added to the big bowl, and then I'll add in everything else. So the brewer's yeast, baking soda, baking powder, salt, cinnamon, and meanwhile I will pit 20 Medjool dates, put them in here along with the 2 ripe bananas, fill it with water and let them soak for just a couple minutes. They're usually pretty soft and juicy. If they're really dry dates, you'll want to soak them longer, and then blend that into a paste, a date paste. And then I will put the wet ingredients into the dry, mix it up, and at the end, put in that splash of apple cider vinegar, bake them in the oven at 350 degrees Fahrenheit for about 25 to 30 minutes, but you really want to watch closely at that 25-minute mark until they are golden. Take them out and let them set. Keep them in the fridge for up to, I would say, 4 or 5 days. But they definitely don't last that long. Most of the time they last 1, maybe 1.5 days around here. Carbohydrates are actually the body's preferred fuel source. So if you're feeling like you have a sweet tooth and you don't want to cave to some type of refined sugar, whether it be candy or even like a muffin from Starbucks that's going to be 500 or 600 calories and loaded with extra fat and all the other stuff that you don't need, opting for your own made from scratch muffins, brownies, and just plain good old-fashioned dates are going to give your body that carbohydrate energy. Glucose is the brain's preferred fuel source. So when you're getting hangry, remember, these are such quick energy. Dates are high in fiber. They've also got other vitamins and minerals, and I like to pit them and eat them fresh. I usually have about 4 as my dessert after dinner, and 1 little square of dark chocolate. Sometimes I'll pit them and pop them in the freezer for a little bit of a different texture. They're so good. And I know a lot of people say to put peanut butter and chocolate in them, but then we are moving into a little bit of a calorie or fat bomb. They're great from time to time, but they're perfectly satisfying as is. Dates are the best hack. I almost feel like I'm cheating at life because they're so good. I snack on these like it's going out of style. I don't ever worry about weight gain or any of that baloney because they're tied to fiber and other vital nutrients and minerals. I've heard so many people say, oh, they're just like large, disgusting raisins. And trust me, I'm not a big raisin fan. But the problem might be one of these things. Number one, you might be buying the wrong variety. I prefer Medjool. There's another variety called Deglay Nour, and I find that they do not taste even remotely good. So organic Medjool dates are the best. And a lot of times when I buy them from the grocery store, there's either bugs inside or sometimes mold, so you have to be careful. That's why I don't like the pitted ones, because sometimes you'll just pop them in your mouth not realizing you're eating something really gross. So I always prefer to pit them myself, but even more importantly, I buy the wet pack, which is very moist, fresh, seasonal dates from an online vendor. There's a couple of different ones I can link below for you guys. There's no affiliation between me and them. I don't get any commission, but I do want you to have a good date experience, so I'll link those for you. I would say those are my two very different sweets, craving busters. Let's look at something that's salty, but also protein rich and has some omega-3 fatty acids. Another thing I buy in bulk is frozen organic edamame. Make sure that you're buying organic when it comes to soy, so you're not getting GMOs. This is such a quick, simple fix if you want something salty. They're so good. The whole family loves to snack on these for a little protein boost. I'll just dump 2 bags into our steamer pot on the stovetop and I steam them for about 13 minutes and then they are good to go. All right, I gotta get the dates put away before I decide to eat more right now in the middle of our shoot. Another satisfier that is not in the sweet category, we're going salty or savory again, is simple toast with toppings. The most important thing here again is steering clear of refined carbohydrates. So rather than just your Wonder Bread, my absolute favorite pick is the Ezekiel sprouted flourless whole grain bread. This one is going to be the health nuttiest of health nut breads, and the kids actually enjoy it. Second pick would be sourdough. We love sourdough ciabatta. We find it at Sprouts. It is organic, only a couple of ingredients. It's got wheat flour, sourdough culture, water, salt, and enzymes, and that's it. So ciabatta is the best. If you can find sourdough ciabatta, please do it. So 3 different topping options that I always like to do. Number 1, simple avocado toast. Quick pro tip with your avocados, they're either super rock solid or it's like, hurry, 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 use it now. Or then it's like, too late. When they get to the ripen point, pop them in the refrigerator and it will halt the ripening. So we have about 7 to 8 in the fridge right now, totally ripe and no anxiety about using them in time. They stay that way for days. Avocado toast, all we do is just mash it with salt and pepper, sometimes just a dash of garlic salt. Kids also love it drizzled with olive oil on top. Hummus is another great one. We get an organic roasted red pepper hummus. We also have a recipe in our app for our own homemade oil-free hummus, salted peanut butter. Make sure that your peanut butter is either 1 or 2 ingredients. If it's 1 ingredient, it should be just peanuts. If you go for 2 ingredients, make sure it's not oil, it's not sugar. Salt is where it's at though. The salted peanut butter that's organic from Costco is our top pick. It's so good on this toast. These options are great, healthy fat fixes. All right, for all my ice cream lovers out there, I have the perfect fix. If you've been here for a while, you know about it, but for everybody who's new, banana nice cream. We buy bananas by the case. That equates to about 90 to 100 bananas and about 40 pounds. A lot of grocery stores will actually offer you a discount for buying them by the case. So then we bring them home, set them on a shelf in this room here, let them get ripe and speckled because that is when the starches have fully converted into sugars, equals easier for your body to process as energy, and they're sweeter. So then we peel them, break them in half. We put them in parchment lined plastic totes in our freezer. And then we have smoothies for days and smoothie bowls and nice cream for days. Again, going back to my high-speed blender, my Vitamix, it's my baby. I use it probably 4 times a day between blending flours and smoothies and nice creams. This gets used a lot. You could just add a handful of bananas to your blender with a splash of liquid. You can either do just water, which is what I typically do, or to make it a little bit more creamy, our top pick is organic soy milk. 2 ingredients, just organic soybeans and water. It's the most nutritionally complete and most comparable to dairy milk, but even better than dairy milk. I also like to add in a scoop of vanilla protein powder or sometimes chocolate, but if you don't want to use a protein powder, you could add in some vanilla bean and some pitted Medjool dates to sweeten it up. My favorite nice cream is actually a base of bananas, and then I'll add in wild blueberries, raspberries, and strawberries, and an acai pack. along with some chocolate protein powder. It is so good. If you want recipes like that, again, they're in our app, they're in our cookbook, it's all linked below. When we go out to dinner, we actually bypass dessert, and I cannot wait to get home and make nice cream. We all look forward to it. It's the version of ice cream that we actually crave that doesn't leave us feeling ick afterwards. So it's gonna be lower in calories. You could eat it for breakfast. I mean, our green smoothie bowls are so thick, a lot of times they're almost like a nice cream consistency, and I feel so spoiled. Again, kind of like the pitted dates. I feel like I'm cheating life by being able to eat this for breakfast and not have crazy blood sugar spikes followed by a draining drop. It's just incredible what carbs can do when they're tied to fiber and other nutrients. Moving on to number 6, rather than being a perfectionist when it comes to things like chocolate, if you're a chocolate lover, this should be speaking your language. I don't think you need to completely eliminate chocolate from your life. We actually buy an organic dark chocolate that contains cacao. So the cool thing is, in fact, when we hosted retreats in Costa Rica, there were cacao fields for days. Cacao is actually where chocolate comes from. Cacao is processed without the use of heat and other things that can denature and remove all of its antioxidant benefits and enzymes. We want these antioxidants because that's gonna help lower our biological age. It's gonna help with longevity. So let me show you the dark chocolate that we like to keep on hand. Cute dark chocolate, it's organic. Ingredients are so simple. Cute dark chocolate chips, same thing, super simple ingredients, no refined sugar, no cane sugar, no sugar alcohols. The list goes on and on. So they're also oil-free. It's just cacao, coconut sugar, and cocoa butter. And for the kids, I actually put these in their muffins because an uneaten muffin makes me want to cry. So if this gets the muffins in the tummies of growing kiddos, it's definitely worth it. Don't feel like you have to eliminate your favorite chocolate after dinner. Just upgrade your chocolate. Do a dark chocolate, do organic, do something that doesn't contain refined sugar. 2 other chocolate options. So we do cacao powder in some of our smoothies and smoothie bowls and shakes. We also have cacao nibs that we top our smoothie bowls with if you want a little bit of a crunch. And this isn't actual chocolate, but a chocolate protein powder in your nice cream can really do the trick too. All right, let's talk about that salty, crunchy craving, especially on movie night. Yes, I'm talking about popcorn. Popcorn seems junky and greasy, and it can very much be that. But if you're buying the right type of popcorn kernels and you're air popping and you're doing it oil-free and you follow my simple steps, you're gonna be golden. And yes, I have been known to smuggle my organic oil-free popcorn into movie theaters. It's literally just corn. Corn is so fiber rich. And if you're buying organic, it's truly a health food. It's actually very antioxidant rich, which many people don't realize. Air-popped oil-free popcorn is a very low-calorie snack that's easy to mindlessly munch on while watching a movie without sabotaging yourself. So number 1, find an organic popcorn kernel. I get mine on Amazon. Even better yet, sometimes you can find an organic heirloom variety. And the air popper I also got on Amazon. This thing is such a game changer. You take the measuring cup right here, put the kernels in, dump it in, plug it in, and put a massive bowl out, and that's all you have to do. I will take my pink Himalayan salt and my nutritional yeast that's unfortified. I'll crack them into a small blender cup, and I will blitz it in my NutriBullet blender so it's like a fine powdery dust of flavor. And then in order to get the seasonings and spices to stick, I fill up a large spray bottle and put it on a fine mist. I'll mist the popcorn really quick, dust on my flavor, give it a little toss, spray, dust again, give it a toss until you achieve the amount of flavor that you want. You can also do a sweet version with some blended up coconut sugar and cinnamon. That's also really amazing. Or you could go curry spice with some curry powder. The options are endless, but it's such an easy way to go oil-free, air-popped, low-calorie, mindless munching that doesn't sabotage. So because we do embrace a high raw lifestyle, which means lots of colorful, fresh, living foods, fruits and veggies, we like to say eat the rainbow. I couldn't go without sharing a simple veggies and hummus, especially when we are on the go to the beach or a co-op day. To make it really easy on myself, I will buy a clamshell of the pre-washed romaine lettuce, toss it in the bag. I'll buy the baby carrots, toss them in the bag. So I don't have to peel, rinse, chop, cut things up. They're just ready to go. And again, the store-bought hummus. As long as we're buying upgraded versions of our favorite dips and spreads, no harm done. On days when I have more time, I do prefer to peel and chop my own carrots, celery. I also do cucumbers and bell peppers, but even in a pinch, I will rinse this and throw it in a bag and literally eat it like an apple because my taste buds actually love the fresh, hydrating taste of a bell pepper. So again, going back to resetting your gut with the 14-day sugar detox is gonna help your taste buds to reset, your gut to reset, your brain to reprogram and rewire. And these snacks become easy, effortless choices, making the healthy choice the easy choice. So number 9, coming in hot, is my number 1 pick, other than my muffins and my dates: fresh, ripe, seasonal fruit, or as I like to call it, fast fruit, because you should never leave home without it. Fast fruit is the best fast food. Nature prepped and packaged it perfectly for us to take on the go. Cuties right now, citrus is in season, so these are extra delicious and again, great for the kiddos. Apples, Honey Crisps are our favorite. I always say I don't like apples, I like Honey Crisp apples. And bananas, last but not least. So bananas, apples, and oranges you can't go wrong with. Select what's in season. Bananas are pretty much always in season, but apples and oranges during the winter months, and then berries for the spring and summer months. Secretly, I will tell you, you're gonna feel a little bit jealous. Strawberries come into season in Florida in January, and they are so good right now. Berries have a literal extra sweet spot in my heart. They are such a fantastic longevity food that I almost don't go a day without. Raspberries, blackberries, strawberries, and blueberries, they're always on hand. And if you can't get them fresh, frozen is just as effective when it comes to fruit and veggies. They're actually picked and harvested when they're ripe, and then when they're flash frozen, that nutrition is locked in. So don't be afraid of buying frozen instead of fresh. If you're making smoothies, or a lot of times what we'll do is we'll put our wild blueberries and cherries frozen straight into our oatmeal dishes, and they thaw and they're perfectly good. Or you could eat them in some cold cereal like overnight oats. Something that we are super guilty of is just snacking on frozen mango. We buy these by like 7 or 8 and put them in our deep freeze. Literally, I'll just take a handful and put it in a big wooden bowl and let it thaw while we're watching a movie, and I'll munch on them once they're semi-frozen, semi-soft, and it is the best treat. It's also gonna help to tamp down those sugar cravings that you tend to get after meals. So fruit should help a ton. It's high in fiber, it's sweet, and your taste buds will begin to prefer it over refined sugar sweets. Nuts and seeds have not been addressed yet. These are my top picks. So I have an organic sprouted pumpkin and sunflower seed mix that I like to put on my salads, and an organic raw sprouted walnuts. Walnuts are gonna give you the best dose of omega-3s when we're talking about nuts. And then pumpkin and sunflower seeds, they're just very mineral rich and so good for you. But use your nuts sparingly because they are calorically dense, they're high in fat, and there are so many other great snack options that you can snack on a higher volume of lower calories, and that can help a lot with satiation and cravings. So the main thing with nuts and seeds is to buy activated nuts and seeds. This is gonna help with digestion, it's gonna help with absorption. So what I mean by activated is sprouted and raw. Think about planting a raw versus a roasted nut or seed. Which one is gonna sprout and which one is gonna do nothing? That tells you something. Which one is activated and filled with life force? Give that some food for thought and enjoy your nuts sparingly and mindfully. So if you're thinking my top 10 list of snacks sounds all fine and dandy, but you're not sure how to actually eliminate the sugar cravings, start with our 14-day sugar detox. There's a guided video every single day, as well as a mini homework assignment to get you thinking differently, feeling differently, and then acting differently. And by the end of the 14 days, I promise you, if you start to add some of these healthy snacks in, they'll begin to reprogram and rewire and refresh your gut, reset your taste buds, and help your brain to follow suit. Then you're no longer having to white knuckle it. You're no longer having to ride on willpower that's waning. All of a sudden, this stuff becomes second nature. When you can be on a healthy form of autopilot, that is exactly where you want to be in order to make this sustainable long term, in order to reverse your biological age, in order to cut down on chronic low-grade stress within your cells, in order to lower inflammation, and in order to enjoy a long life. And you know what? I should mention, this is not necessarily about trying to live to 130 years old, it's not as much about lifespan as it is about health span. Rather than the quantity of years, we're talking quality of years. How many times are you having to go to the doctor and pay bills and refill prescriptions, and maybe you aren't able to chase your grandkids around. Maybe you don't even feel energized enough to chase your own kids around. We're talking about reversing your biological age even as you are getting older. These snacks will get you there without sabotaging your healthy routines. Let's take a snapshot look at how I eat these snacks in between my main 3 meals of the day. So usually what I'll do is I'll start with my green smoothie and whatever form of oats we're having for breakfast, and then midday I will snack on some fresh fruit. Then from there, I'll have my rainbow salad. Maybe later in the afternoon, we'll snack on some edamame. And then for dinner, we'll have our soup or stew. And after dinner, I love my pitted Medjool dates or the occasional nice cream. So there you have it. Super straightforward. If you guys want all of these recipes, like I said, they are in both the EatMoveRest Club app and our cookbook, which is currently 61% off on Amazon. There is so much goodness, so many resources linked below for you guys. Please check out our free 7-day health and transformation blueprint. It's a video course. We also have our free grocery list guide below that we use as a family to shop with every single week. And finally, our free chocolate cake recipe that I know is really gonna be a hit. So please check those out. If you guys liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. Please hit that subscribe button, join the EatMoveRest fam, click that bell to turn on your notifications. Leave me some love in the comments below, and also let me know in the comments if you wanna see our food haul with a local Florida family who wants to overhaul their diet and go plant-powered. All right, until next time, EatMoveRest your best. Bye guys.